Qatar English news coming to you from Canal, Algérie to the headlines. The President of the Republic reviews national and international news and the various professional concerns of journalists at the press meeting on the occasion of World Press Freedom Day. The Chief of Staff of the People's National Army confirms Algeria's role in advocating the adoption of a new African approach to the fight against terrorism and the prevention of all forms of extremism during his participation in the work of the 11th meeting of the Committee of Chief of Staff and the 10th meeting of the Council of Ministers of Defense of the Member States of the North African Capability. Finally, Beni Hawa, a preferred destination for camping and adventure enthusiasts, is preparing to welcome visitors in its tourist complex, which is underway in Chlif with 150 cottages. More details in this bulletin. Welcome back. First in our news, the President of the Republic, Supreme Chief of the Armed Forces, Minister of National Defense, Abdelmajid Tebboune, held a meeting with the national press in which he discussed issues including freedom of press, the upcoming presidential and legislative elections, and the fight against corruption. During this meeting, the President of the Republic discussed the role of the media and its importance on the national scene, while underlining the necessity of making this profession a strong deterrent institution, like many other state institutions. Let's have a listen.
اليوم نحاول نلم شملنا إذا كان عندكم مدافع اليوم اللي يدافع عن الصحافة الوطنية، ونتمنى باش تكون أقوى صحافة اللي تساعد تكون مؤسسة قوية مثل ما هي مؤسسة الجيش قوية، مثل ما هو الاقتصاد ماشي ويتقوى، تكون مؤسسة تاع ردع بالنسبة لأعداء الوطن فيما يخص رد الهجومات هذه والتهجمات على الوطن.
The President of the Republic emphasized that clean and real political wealth is youth and civil society, praising the establishment of the Supreme Council for Youth as a body that contributes to their involvement in shaping the future of Algeria. Let's listen.
الثروة السياسية النظيفة هي الشباب، وهذاك علاش لأول مرة سيف ذو حدين راني عارف، ولكن حاولت وإن شاء الله نجحنا بدرجة عالية في تأسيس هيئة شبابية لتمشي البلاد. المجلس الأعلى للشباب راه هيئة استراتيجية وضرورية لهذه البلاد هذه، وتضم نتمناها تضم كل الشباب.
Within the approach of youth and the elite, the President of the Republic revealed his intention to establish a sport university system. Let's have a listen.
إذا كان نرجع للرياضة المدرسية سي لا ريفونداسيون دي سبور، باسكو الأساس تاع النخبة يبدأ في السن هذا المبكر. C'est là où on choisit les meilleurs pour l'athlétisme, pour la boxe, pour le basket, pour le football, pour كذا. والعام الجاي إن شاء الله نوضع النظام نتاع الرياضة الجامعية. دونك من النخبة الابتدائية تفوت الجامعة. الرياضة علم والفلاحة علم، واليوم كل شيء ولا علم.
In another statement, the head of state also affirmed that all international financial institutions hailed the development that Algeria is experiencing in all fields.
الناس اللي راح تحلل في الأعمال تاعنا وفي التطور تاعنا ما همش عاطفيين وما همش يعني بتفكير متسامح. كون صابوا يطيحوك ولقاو اليوم باللي الامور اخرى. تحاليل تاع صندوق النقد الدولي كي با فاسيل ويعرفنا ونعرفوه من 91. لا بنك مونديال، المؤسسات الاخرى تاع لي زاسيورونس تاع كذا، الشيء اللي يقولوه في الجزائر رغم منهم ربما، ولكن هذاك هو الواقع. بريان l'Algérie est en train d'évoluer.
In anticipation of any emergency that may occur due to the scarcity of rain in the winter season, the President of the Republic affirmed his will to generalize the completion of sea desalination facilities all along the coastal strip, especially since Algeria has all the necessary technological qualifications in this field. Let's listen.
أنا طلبت باش نعمم تحلية مياه البحر، بورساك جيدين الحمد لله البحر ما ينشفش. دونك تحلية مياه البحر على كل شط باش ندخل بالتحلية حتى بداية الهضاب العليا. احنا البروبليم اليوم اللي وصلنا ليه من بين الإيجابيات سيكو لا تكنولوجي نتاعنا pratiquement 80%, 85% des unités de dessalement, c'est algérien. Pour ça que je veux les multiplier. كان نجمو نديرو من 10,000 متر مكعب حتى 150 متر مكعب.
Responding to a question about the memory file, the President of the Republic affirmed that Algeria won't give up this file completely.
ذاكرة ما نتخلاش عليها أبدا مهما كان، وما نتساوم حتى مع دولة ولو يدعوا بالصداقة وداك الشيء، ولكن الذاكرة هي الذاكرة. وصلنا رانا خطوة بخطوة من بعد ما المواجهة اللي كانت، نقدر نقول مواجهة. اليوم صبحنا بالتقريب قابلين بعضنا بعض باش ندرس مع بعض. أنا ماشيين معها، خلقنا لجنة مشتركة مؤرخين تاعنا ونتاعهم ورانا ماشيين معها.
And regarding Algeria's return to the African scene, the head of state commended Algeria's regain of its rightful place in our continent.
الجزائر بقدر الاستطاع بكل وسائل اليوم نحاولوا نرجعوا العائلة الكبيرة نتاعنا الإفريقية. وقت فات ما إفريقيا كانت يعني وجودنا في القارة فقط، ما العمل تاعنا ما كانش متوجه لإفريقيا. منذ ال10 سنوات الأخيرة كان كل شيء متوجه ما وراء البحار. اليوم ورجعنا مكانتنا، استرجعنا مكانتنا في إفريقيا.
The President of the Republic added that Algeria is present now in the world due to its great weight and its active participation in various international forums.
الجزائر اليوم صبحت تثير جدل، وين تحط رجلها تقوم القيامة. سيت اون بون شوز اي سا نو رون فيير داتر الجيريان. هذا هو. دروك الأحداث العالمية ما تندارش بلا الجزائر، هذا هو سيتو. الجيري اي بريزونت اي ريسترا بريزونت.
The National Information Forum of the Algeria Press Service Agency held its first edition on Saturday with the presence of the President of the Council, Saleh Goujil. This forum is part of the celebration of the National Day of Memory established by the President of the Republic, as well as the celebration of the 60th anniversary of independence. The event took part at the APS headquarters and was attended by the advisor of the President of the Republic in charge of archives and national memory, Abdelmajid Sheikhi. The President of the National Council mentioned in his statement the importance of the month of November 1954, which represents a historical symbol, as it is synonymous with the liberation of our country and the restoration of our full sovereignty and independence, and it is also synonymous with preserving our political and economic independence. He reiterated the importance of defending these principles under the auspices of the President of the Republic and stressed the need to preserve the principle of an army inherited from the National Liberation Army, linked to the nation and the people. As part of the annual meetings of the North African Regional Capability, the General of the Army, Said Shingriha, Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, took part in the 11th meeting of the Committee of the Chief of Staff and the 10th meeting of the Council of Defense Ministers of Member States of this regional capability, held at the level of the National Army Circle in Bni Messous. Details with Manal Amari.
These meetings were attended by Army General Muhammad Ali al-Haddad, Chief of the General Staff of the Libyan Government of National Unity, Major General Muhammad al-Wali Akik, Chief of Staff of the Sahrawi People's Liberation Army of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, Major General Isam al-Jamal, Deputy Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Arab Republic of Egypt, and Ahmed Ahmed al-Tajouri, Executive Secretary of the North African Regional Capacity. The meetings were attended on the Algerian side by the Secretary General of the Ministry of National Defense, the head of the Employment Preparation Department of the High Command of the National People's Army, the Director of External Relations and Cooperation, as well as executives and officers from different armies, and a representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the national community abroad. Preceded by a meeting of experts from the NARC member countries, the agenda of this meeting was devoted to the evaluation of the activities of this capacity during the year 2022 and the examination of the means and mechanisms for the development of its component. This meeting was also an opportunity to exchange views on issues of common interest. On this occasion, the General of the Army, Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, took this opportunity to convey a message of fraternity and friendship from Abdelmajid Tebboune, President of the Republic, Supreme Chief of the Armed Forces, Minister of National Defense, on the occasion of the works of these meetings, which will undoubtedly give a strong impetus to our regional capacity in terms of operational readiness and reinforcement of the already existing coordination between our respective countries in order to deal with the threats to security in our region. Adding that our region, like other regions of the African continent, is confronted with many peace and security challenges, such as terrorism, organized crime, armed conflicts, and border issues, which urges us more than ever before to work together to face these challenges and work towards putting an end to violence, extremism, and all forms of cross-border crime. The Army General stressed that in addition to the efforts made by our country to resolve security and stability in the Sahel region, whether in the framework of bilateral cooperation or multilateral mechanisms, Algeria has always advocated for the adoption of a new African approach to the fight against terrorism, based on the fight against extremist groups and the prevention of all forms of fundamentalism. Indeed, the fight against terrorism cannot be won without an inclusive approach aimed at confronting violent extremism and cutting off the sources of its funding by, amongst other things, prohibiting the payment of ransoms, which contribute to strengthening the ranks of terrorists, arming them, and increasing their capacity to cause harm. The Chief of Staff also recalled Algeria's commitments and the determination of the NPA to move forward in the consolidation of our regional mechanism and to support all efforts that can contribute to the establishment of security and peace at the international, continental, and regional levels. Thereafter, the Chiefs of Staff of the member countries of the North African Regional Capacity and the Executive Secretary of this regional mechanism took to the floor successively to express their thanks to Algeria for hosting these meetings, which added a new stone to the building of multilateral relations between the member countries of the NIRC, considered as a strategic mechanism of the African Union for the prevention, management, and resolution of conflicts, as well as for the promotion of peace and security at the regional and continental level. Finally, the works were sanctioned by the signing of the final report of the 10th meeting of the Council of Ministers of Defense and the 11th meeting of the Committee of Chiefs of Staff of the North African Regional Capacity.
Sidelines of the 10th meeting of the Council of Defense Ministers, the 11th meeting of Chief of Staff Committee, and 14th meeting of experts from member states in the North African Regional Capability. Held in Algiers, the delegations and the Executive Secretariat of the NARC paid a visit to the logistics base of North African Regional Capability in Jijil Province. More details with Rania Al-Bahri.
On the sidelines of the 10th meeting of the Council of Defense Ministers, the 11th meeting of the Committee of Chiefs of Staffs, and the 14th meeting of experts from member states, of the Regional Capacity of North Africa held in Algiers. The delegations of Algeria, Egypt, Libya, and the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, as well as the Executive Secretariat of the Regional Capacity of North Africa, paid a visit to the Regional Logistics Base of the Regional Capacity of North Africa, located in Jijal Province. The delegations were welcomed by the Chief of Staff of the 5th Military Region, in the company of the Commander of Regional Logistics Base and executives from the aforementioned military region. After a welcome speech, a presentation was given on the mission and capabilities made available by the base in order to guarantee a rapid and effective response to the logistical needs of the African Standby Force. This visit also made it possible to inquire about the facilities of the Regional Logistics Base, which plays a key role in the logistical support of the regional force awaiting the Regional Capacity of North Africa and the African Standby Force, and this during a possible deployment within the framework of peace support missions carried out under the aegis of the African Union or the United Nations.
زيارتي لهذا المكان هذا الصرح الكبير.
This large-scale base is a real pride for Algeria. It honors us with its facilities. Everything is perfect. It is really comforting to see so much progress. All the installations of this base are of a high level. Whether for storage or accommodation, the equipment is very sophisticated.
This visit was also an opportunity for representatives of member countries and the NARC Executive Secretariat to exchange views on regional security issues and logistical challenges facing the African Standby Force, and focused on the importance of regional cooperation in the security aspect and the commitment of the member countries of the North Africa Regional Capability to strengthen their capacities within the African Standby Force and to consolidate their cooperation in terms of logistics.
Representing the President of the Republic, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the National Community Abroad, Ahmed Attaf, participated in the coronation ceremony of the King Charles III. Algeria's participation in this official celebration, organized for the accession to the throne of the new British monarch, comes within the framework of strengthening the historical friendship, political dialogue, and economic cooperation between the two countries. And we return to tourism in Algeria. A new tourist complex is underway in the Beni Hawa beach in Chlef province, which used to be a preferred destination for camping and adventure enthusiasts. However, starting this summer, families will be able to book one of the 150 cottages that will be delivered very soon. Manal Amari has more.
To the great delight of visitors, the work pace is accelerating for the delivery of the new tourist village located in Tirza's coastline in the municipality of Beni Hawa in Chlef, since the summer season is only a few weeks away.
This
tourist village has a capacity of 48 rooms and 105 cottages. Electricity is available. Well drilling and natural gas connection is pending. We benefited from the support and help from local authorities for this project's concretization, which enabled us to overcome some obstacles. The work for this project extends over an area of 5 hectares. It has all the necessary amenities as well as moisture-resisting building materials for better energy sufficiency, in addition to the installation of solutions related to clean energy. We kicked off this project in 2018, however, the work was suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We resumed the project and the progress rate is around 35%. We have a workforce of 100 national and foreign employees. Many projects benefited from the lifting of bureaucratic obstacles, an initiative that was hailed by investors. The novelty of the year is the unblocking of projects of tourism expansion zone, namely El Gelta, Ain Hamadi, and Wad Tirza. And in a month, there will be the lifting of the freeze on the Bouchghal and Wad al-Milh zones. We have 5 tourist complexes in the coastal area, and this year they will be reinforced by another 2. The new tourist village came in time to face the growing influx of summer visitors. many of whom set their sights on this tourist destination with its beautiful beaches.
That was it for today's bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Good night.